This is the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Ever wish you could re-listen to your favorite interview or segment? Do you enjoy hearing older shows for the first time in years? Then the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less is just what you need. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Hello, John Solberg here, your host for the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Happy to tell you that this show is brought to you by The Butcher Shop, purveyors of highly sought-after 100% Australian non-crossbred Wyvara 9 Plus briskets. The Butcher Shop has been retailing the finest meats for more than 15 years. Every week they're shipping out competition quality meats to many of the biggest teams in the competition scene across the nation. Simply put, teams who use The Butcher Shop win, and they win often. Even if you're not a competitor, you deserve these finer cuts. The Butcher Shop is shipping some of the finest prime, dry-aged, Australian Wagyu, and Japanese Wagyu steaks to people just like you and me who aspire to be the kings and queens of the cul-de-sac. The Butcher Shop always has Berkshire, Compart Duroc, Allegiance Duroc, and Prairie Fresh all-natural pork in stock. And again, it's going to be hand-picked just for you. So let's review. The best competition briskets, they got them. The best pork selection, they got that. Giving you better overall options to cook at home, you know it's a fact. So give the Butcher Shop a call today, 850-458-8782. That's 850-458-8782. You mentioned the BBQ Central Show. You're getting 10% off your entire order each and every time you call. You can also check them out on Facebook, facebook.com/The Butcher Shop. Shop is spelled S-H-O-P-P-E. The Butcher Shop, home of the 100% Australian non-crossbred Wyvara 9 Plus briskets. And let's jump back to December of 2011, where Greg did the year in review, kind of a best moments kind of show thing. Let's get it.
Ray dropped one of the best sound bites for the beginning part of the year. We were talking a number of different topics at that point, and I talked to him about specifically the KCBS and where they were at. All the many months following up to election, there was all of this happenstance and debauchery going on within the BOD, or at least that's what members were saying. So I wanted to get Ray's opinion because he knows a lot of people around there. He had served on the board for a long time, very well steeped in the traditions of KCBS and knows what it's going on inside the very walls of and top men and women out there. And he coined the phrase, well, it might be better if Ray tells you itself.
They're just in a fucking mud hole with each other at this point. And
oh, my Lord. Oh, what? Let's hear him say that again.
They're just in a fucking mud hole with each other.
Yeah, so that was a good soundbite from Ray Lampe dropping. I think you knew Ray was getting a little loose because he dropped the F word right there on the show without even thinking about it. We also talked with Brad Barrett from GrillGrate.com. That was that aftermarket product that goes right on your existing grill grates, raises the meat up, doesn't allow that scorching or your particular food to catch fire, perhaps if grease is leaching down in. Also, we talked with Mike Wozniak about winning Team of the Year. He's pitmaster for QOW. He won it the previous year, so we talked to him, and he recapped his whole 2010 season. We talked with Brian Knox of Knox Spice and Seasoning Company. And we also, if you recall, talked with Randy the Manster White about barbecue, his particular restaurants that he's got there in Texas. And Randy also gave us his expert opinion on who he thought was going to win the Super Bowl this past year, which ended up being the wasn't it the New Orleans? Oh, no, it was the Green Bay Packers. So there you go. That was January 2011. NFL Hall of Famer Randy White was on the show, in case you forgot to go back and get that. Was a great segment. Feel free to chime in with your best moments of 2011 here on the show. We continue with February. Lakeland, Florida. Tuffy gets DQ'd. Sorry, that's the one I wanted. Turn-in controversy runs amok, and it was all caught on tape at one of the very first events that took place during the course of the KCBS competition schedule. And Carolyn Wells was there to make the final determination, although catching a lot of criticism because, as you were able to see right through the videotape, clock went down, Tuffy came in, there was hemming, there was hawing. I believe that Tuffy was given a false sense of security that he was going to be okay. They were going to allow his entry. I've maintained through this whole time that, in my opinion, if that would have been me, I would have immediately told Tuffy that he was late and then he was disqualified. He was going to have to take that brisket turn in and hit the bricks, pal. So the hemming, the hawing, that was like one of the biggest and really seemed to stem what ended up being a very big year. If you go back and look at some of the big names in the competition industry, a lot of DQing that was going on this year from a lot of names that it's not their first time at the rodeo. They understand that there's a clock to meet. They understand that there is time clocks that need to be met. Look, let's synchronize swatches. Let's make sure that we're all on the same page. And that was a big event that took place in February down at the Lakeland, Florida competition, the Tuffy getting DQ'd controversy. We also talked to our monthly guest, Robin Medlin Lindars, and she had missed a show. We called. She was not there. She had completely spaced out on it and left me a message the following day begging for mercy, wondering if she was ever going to be able to come on the show again, all this stuff. And she left a very nice message, but had dropped a couple unsavory words that I didn't anticipate her using. And I thought, what would be better than perhaps taking that message and then having a little fun with what I call censor beeps. Fun with censor beeps. So the thing that we're about to play now is something that some other talk shows have used, where we're just inserting that censor beep. You know what the censor beep sounds like. Let me pull it up for you here real quick. This is what the censor beep sounds like, right? So that somebody is swearing when you hear that. I don't have to lead you too far in. So I took Robin's voicemail that she had left me, apologizing for leaving the show out in the proverbial wind, and added some censor beeps and made it sound a lot worse than it really was. Perhaps you remember this little gem of 2011. Sit back and listen to this, baby.
I know you want to hear it. I know you want to, and it's really good. And you can go get this whole show over at the BBQCentralShow.com. There is a link in today's show notes. It'll take you to this complete episode. This is a really good show. I could sit here and pick show after show after show out of shows like this. It's amazing. Sometimes there's so many opportunities within a show that I get lost. I get editor block. I don't know how to proceed. I'm like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? What do? I just grab something, I pull that baby out, I put it into this freaking DAW, I crunch it up for you, and I go, here it is. Here it is. That was kind of crazy of me. A little out of character. And until next time on the best moments of the Barbecue Central Show in 10 minutes or less, I'm your host, John Solberg. I look forward to talking to you again soon.